Hello, my name's Matt. I'm one of the trainers for CirclePOS. I also have over 15 years book selling experience. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the loyalty system that's built into CirclePOS. Now, I'm a huge fan of this. It's something that I use in my stores every single day, and it was one of the main reasons that I moved my business to CirclePOS. In this video, I'll highlight some of the ways that I get the most out of this feature. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is set up our loyalty settings. So we do that within our back office. Just log straight in and we'll go to our settings, financial. We scroll about halfway down the page. We can see here the option to enable or disable loyalty. If you're wanting to use the loyalty feature, you would have this box ticked. Just below it, we've got the percentage. Now this is dictated on what percentage to the dollar you're wanting to reward customers. It's normally, most stores would probably choose 5 to 10%, but it's entirely up to you depending on just how generous you'd like to be to your customers. You can also decide how long you would like this loyalty to last. So by default, it'll probably be set to 1 year, and that's pretty standard. However, you can have it expire after anywhere from 90 days all the way up to 5 years. And once again, this is based on just how generous you want to be. Most stores I find tend to use that 1 year as a default setting. So if you've adjusted these settings here and you're happy with what you can see, you can just press save and that will save all of those details. So now customers making purchases are going to accrue loyalty points. Everyone's a customer to you though, so your staff will accrue loyalty points if you're still enabling them to. Businesses, schools, educational, etc., they're going to accrue loyalty points as well. You may not want them to. So one of the first things I would suggest you do is you go through your staff list, and we can find that under the staff tab, staff list, and go into your staff details. We can see here a box to show loyalty enabled for this particular staff member. If you're giving staff discounts, you probably don't want them to accrue loyalty points as well. So you would just untick this box here and they won't accrue any. If you do forget this, I'm going to go through later on how we can fix that, but it's not a big deal. But just setting up that from the initial get-go is probably the way to do it. Same again when we're setting up our businesses as well. So this is schools, daycares, etc. You'll see here the box for loyalty enabled. You can just untick that as you're setting them up, or you can go and edit them later on. Once again, we will go back through and I can show you how to fix that if you have forgotten a few along the way. But if you are giving anyone either a staff discount or bulk trading discount, etc., you probably don't want them to accrue loyalty points as well. So now we'll take a look at how a customer earns and redeems loyalty. So like all transactions, we're going to start by looking up the customer first. We do that by pressing Control N or pressing on the button here next to name. So I've loaded this customer into the POS and I can see straight away that they have not earned any loyalty yet. But we're going to put through a transaction here, make sure that they can earn some loyalty. So I'll finalize this transaction. So customers accrue loyalty pretty much instantly. There's sometimes a little bit of delay for it reaching the POS, but it will be available within the back office. As soon as we look that customer up again, I can now see that this customer has $5 loyalty. And we can use that for this purchase here. To use loyalty, all we need to do is go down into the loyalty box down the bottom and enter in the amount that we would like to use. It will automatically display that in the POS and automatically minus that off the total. It'll also push us directly over to the payment type as well. Just need to select the payment type and put it through as a normal transaction. Let's have a look at how the loyalty is displayed within the back office. If we look our customer up, we can see here that they have $4.50 loyalty. So straight away I know how much loyalty they've got available. If for some reason you have missed ringing an item up under a customer's name, it does happen, especially when we're busy behind the counter. might finalize the whole sale, and then the customer goes, oh, by the way, I actually do have a loyalty account with you guys. There's a couple of things you can do. One, you could, in theory, drop the entire sale and put it through again under their name. The other thing you can do is just manually add the loyalty on. Just by clicking on the loyalty amount, I can see when loyalty has been rewarded, and I can see when it's been spent as well. What I can do here is I can manually add loyalty on as well. Now, like most things, I do have to give a reason why I'm doing this. So I can work this out in my head manually. I might say that they spent $50, so they earned $5 loyalty. So I can just put the $5 in, and I can give a reason there that we forgot loyalty, and press add. It'll show here that it was added by which user and the reason. That goes both ways. So if perhaps we've rung up items under a staff member's name and we haven't switched off the loyalty, or it's a school and we haven't switched off the loyalty, you don't need to stress too much about it. You can always look that customer up, go into their loyalty balance here, and simply drop. Once again, you'll be asked to give a reason. So this might be, let's say, staff member. And put OK. And now it'll show that that has been dropped. And the reason was staff member, and they no longer have that additional amount. Now, the other thing we might want to do is have a look and see how many customers actually have loyalty with us. And we can see that under Customers, Loyalty Schedule. This is a nice way, just as a quick overview, see who's accrued loyalty with us, who's still got it active. We have the ability to download this information as a CSV, and we can also tick here to download just the expiring ones. We can see the expiring column here as well. So this will highlight anyone who has loyalty expiring in less than 30 days. One of the other things that we can do from here is you may have some customers who perhaps are just about to have their loyalty expire. Might be an opportunity to email those customers if you have an email account there for them. So what you can do is tick all the boxes here, or tick just the ones that you're interested in contacting. Press email down the bottom. This will generate a list of all the email accounts that are available. You can copy that information straight into a MailChimp or any mailing service that you're using, and maybe put together a little email saying, don't forget you still have loyalty to use in our store. That leads us into the last topic of this video, e-commerce. So customers, if you wish, can also use their loyalty online, as most stores don't make the separation between customers at the counter or customers online. It's a good feature to have enabled. So this can be found under Settings, Field Display. If we scroll down to the bottom, we can see here the purchase options which are available to our online customers. Loyalty is an option here, and you just want to make sure that is ticked if that's something that you're wanting to have customers use online. And any changes you make, just scroll down to the bottom and press Save. So now when a customer's going through the checkout process, they're going to be able to use these loyalty points. So I've already added something to my cart, and I'm just going to go through the steps here. And when I get to payment options, if I scroll down, I can see how much loyalty I have available to use, also the expiry date, and it gives me the option here to choose how much of that loyalty I wish to use. So if I enter in $10 here and press Apply Loyalty Points, you'll see that the total is now changed to $14.99 as opposed to $24.99. And when I click on the See Items, I can actually see the credit that's been minused off there. That information will also be displayed on the emailed invoice that the customer gets as well. Other than that, it's a normal transaction. They would just process this. They would get the same confirmation and everything else. It's just going to be slightly cheaper for them, and you get to reward their good custom. So hopefully this video gave a clear understanding of how the loyalty system works in CirclePOS. Like I said, I am a huge fan of the loyalty system, and I always encourage stores to use it. If you do need any help setting this system up, the links will be provided below, where you can book a one-on-one training session with one of our trainers.